Mark, thank you. Americans are being evacuated from Israel this morning as the country prepares for an expected ground invasion in Gaza. And more than 500,000 people have fled their homes in Gaza in the past few days. KTLA's Eric Spillman is in the newsroom now with the latest. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Jessica. Since at least Saturday, there have been reports that an Israeli invasion of Gaza could happen at any time. So far, it has not started, and there's no word on exactly when it will begin. Let's take a look at a live picture of the Gaza skyline this morning. Earlier this morning, off in the distance, you could see a column of black smoke. That appears to have dissipated. It looks relatively calm now. Israel continues to launch airstrikes on Gaza, and Hamas continues to fire rockets at Israel. Just a few minutes ago, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke to the Israeli parliament, or Knesset.
היעד שלנו הוא ניצחון. ניצחון מוחץ על החמאס.
He said Israel's army is ready. He said the war against Hamas will be difficult and will take a long time. But he said our soldiers will succeed. Israel says the goal of its war is to destroy Hamas and to make sure the group can never threaten its citizens again. Hamas terrorists brutally murdered nearly 1,400 Israelis, most of them civilians in their homes, on October 7th. Israel's army is in position next to the Gaza border. Some 360,000 reservists have been called up. They're waiting for word on when to invade. In Washington, President Biden has postponed a trip to Colorado so he can attend national security meetings. Last night on 60 Minutes, he repeated his support for Israel.
Israel is going after a group of people who engage in barbarism that is as consequential as the Holocaust. And so I think Israel has to respond. They have to go after Hamas. Now, Hamas is a bunch of cowards. They're hiding behind the civilians.
But Biden also said it would be a big mistake for Israel to occupy Gaza again. In Gaza this morning, there are crowds of people at the Rafah border crossing with Egypt. This is the only way out. Many of these people are citizens of other countries, but Egypt is not letting them leave, and the Egyptians are also blocking shipments of emergency aid to Gaza.
I don't think this makes any sense. I mean, we are only citizens, we are not fighting, we are not doing anything, we are just living here.
The situation is threatening my life and everybody's life, you know. You can't be safe here.
Hospitals in Gaza are on the verge of collapse. Emergency generators are down to just 1 day of fuel. Israel has warned civilians there to head to the southern part of the territory, and more than 500,000 people have evacuated. But Hamas is telling people to stay in their homes. Israel says Hamas has even blocked roads to prevent traffic from moving to the south. The death toll from Israeli retaliatory airstrikes stands at nearly 3,000. Meanwhile, there's tension to the north on Israel's border with Lebanon. Hezbollah, the militia which is backed by Iran, controls southern Lebanon. That group has traded gunfire with Israeli soldiers. Israel's now evacuated communities that are within 2 miles of that border. In Israel, relatives of people taken hostage by Hamas are demanding action. Israel now says 199 people are being held captive in Gaza. That number higher than previous estimates. For the families, the waiting is excruciating. They have no information on their loved ones. In Haifa, Israel's third largest city, U.S. citizens are being evacuated by boat. They're headed to Cyprus, and from there, they'll be flown to America. Most commercial airlines have stopped flying to Israel, so this is the only way to get out of the country. Many of the evacuees are U.S. tourists.
We would love to come back and finish what we didn't get to see. And I feel so much for the people. Excuse me, it makes me tear up so much they're going through. But we're with them. We pray for them every day.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel this morning. He is expected to hold a news conference with the Prime Minister in about half an hour. Jessica?